Hey there, I'm Heather Vitale, and welcome back to Post Time. 4 prestigious $100,000 Delaware Standardbred Breeders Fund finals were contested recently. Let's see which 3-year-olds crossed the wire first. First, let's check out Deja Vu Blue as she made it to victory lane in the Division 4 trotting fillies.
59-1, so a big breather on that second quarter for Star Sapphire, who takes the field up the backstretch, leading by a length and a half. Deja Vu Blue sits in second. Vandal is still there third. On the outside, Uptown Spunk moves up into fourth, dropping back Barnyard Judy. Then it's Boston Ruth 3 wide as AB's Royal Punk, and they go toward the far turn. Star Sapphire, Deja Vu Blue is going to make a race of it right now. They go by 3/4 in 129 flat in their midway on the final turn. And it's Star Sapphire back inside with Deja Vu Blue. Another 2 lengths to Vandalist and Uptown Spunk, and they're at the top of the stretch. And Star Sapphire sprinting for the wire, back to the outside. Deja Vu Blue, they come off the turn. Star Sapphire, Deja Vu Blue coming on the outside, coming through the stretch. Star Sapphire, Deja Vu Blue. Star Sapphire, but getting up is Deja Vu Blue. Star Sapphire way back. Vandalist in 157.
Deja Vu Blue, with Tim Teacher driving, went 3 for 3 in her DSBF series competition. The daughter of Anders Bluestone, who was bred by Tom Leaguer, crossed the wire in 157. Deja Vu Blue is owned by Howard Taylor, Tom Lazzaro, Michael Colasino, and trainer Dylan Davis. Let's send it over to Dover Downs Publicity Director Marv Bachrod, who is on hand to talk to the winning connections.
Tell me a little bit of Deja Vu Blue.
I watched her a little bit last year. Dylan had her, and this year he asked me to drive her, and I was happy to. I didn't have a filly for that division, and Dylan's great, does a good job, and he had this filly ready for the whole series so far, and she won the final. It was super.
Well, how did you look at the race itself? There were several horses in there that showed a lot of speed.
Yeah, you're right, Marv. I was hoping to control it or, be as close as I could. I was a little nervous going to the half when they slammed the brakes on there, but luckily Marv Philly was really good today, and she overcome that.
What about when you do drive horses, particularly at tracks where you get on for the first time? What did you think of her when you first drove her a couple of weeks back?
Professional. She went out there, and Dylan said last year too, her drawback was she'd get hot, and all winter long he really worked on that, and she did a great job, and she allowed me to do my job as a driver and put her where she needed to be the best to win, and she was very manageable, and she's done everything right for me.
Next up, let's check out those sophomore trotting males in their rich DSBF final as Superfly was first at the finish line.
They went by the half in 57 1/5 as they go to the backstretch. Superfly, Boston Cruiser, 4 lengths. That's Seafood Susie Blue trying to get by Fly With Me. Brother Kenny is next. They race up the backstretch now. Superfly leads by a length and a half over Boston Cruiser. It's about 4 lengths to Seafood Susie Blue. Brother Kenny underway is into 4th. Fly With Me back to 5th. They go into the far turn. Superfly now 2 lengths. They go by 3/4 in 126 flat. Superfly is pulling away. Superfly. Boston Cruiser begins to drop back just a bit, but it's still a big get back to Brother Kenny trying to get by Seafood Susie Blue. At the top of the stretch, all alone, is Superfly with a 6-length lead off stride. Off stride went Boston Cruiser, and that scattered him. It's Superfly by 10 lengths. Here comes the move up on the outside by Brother Kenny trying to get in his second. It'll be Superfly, Brother Kenny, and Seafood Susie Blue in 155 2.
Superfly and driver trainer Art Stafford Jr. were jetting all alone down the stretch. Bred by Marvin and David Meyer, the son of Super Punk, reached the finish line in 156 4. After his big win, Superfly got a treat of Halo Oranges from Stacy Stafford, who co-owns the sophomore with Lee Raymer and Stephen Moss.
Well, Art Stafford Jr. is enjoying his finest season here at Dover Downs. Had a lot of good winners, and this has to be one of the tops.
One of the tops coming out of our barn, yes, for sure.
How's it feel to have a family-owned horse?
Tremendous.
Yeah, going for 100.
Very good.
Tell me a little bit about Superfly. Great name for this trotter. Made a break last time. Looked like we were on our way to victory.
Yeah, he just wasn't quite himself last week, and we worked hard on him all week, and he come around and he raced big today.
How do you feel coming into a race such as this? Do you have a good feel that the horse is in top form? Are you hesitant about certain things?
I did as much as I could do for him all week, and took care of him. And my wife Stacy and Lee, they did a lot of work on him, and paid off.
Certainly did. Your family's certainly into horses. All your cousins, your uncles, your dad, everybody has been a member of racing in the Delaware Valley. It's been born into you, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're probably third and fourth generation horsemen. We've done it since we were old enough to walk, probably. Grew up on a farm and everything.
Now, what are you going to do between now and the 3-year-old division at Harrington? Are you planning to start overnight?
He'll probably start in about a month and a half. Try and give him a little bit of a break and get freshened up for the season in Harrington, going into Harrington.
Well, continued success. Congratulations again to Art Stafford Jr. and a win with Superfly, the family horse, in the second $100,000 Delaware Standardbred Breeders Fund final for 3-year-old trotting colts.
Now let's move on to the pacing gate as we watch Go Sandy Go claim the victory in her 3-year-old filly division.
The half was 56 4/5. Field goes to the back stretch. Go Sandy Go, a length and a half leader. Gracefully Forgiven is there on the outside. I Bet You Can wiggle up into third. Back to fourth goes Studio Session. Lydia is up into fifth. Then it's Pedal Power sixth along the inside. Outside comes Gloria Pierre, the trailer now, cold and chilly into the far turn. Go Sandy Go goes by 3/4 in 125 2/5 as they race on the final turn. Go Sandy Go. Gracefully Forgiven inside, back into third comes Studio Session. Dropping back is I Bet You Can Wiggle, and they're at the top of the stretch turning for home. Go Sandy Go comes off the turn. Here comes Gracefully Forgiven on the outside. Studio Session down a passing lane. Coming through the stretch. Go Sandy Go holding on. Go Sandy Go. It's Go Sandy Go in front. Then it was Gracefully Forgiven and Studio Session 153 2.
Go Sandy Go with Jason Green in the sulky visited Victory Lane thanks to an impressive 153 2 mile. Trained by Josh Green and bred by Green Racing Incorporated, the daughter of Roddy's Bags Again did the work on the front for this prestigious win. Go Sandy Go is owned by William Mountain and Green Racing Incorporated, and a big group joined the pacing filly in the winner's circle along with Marv Bachrod, who was ready with the microphone.
Well, here we are in the winner's circle, and this is a big one for the Greens. Go Sandy Go, the winner of the third $100,000 final. Congratulations, Jason Green. No relation to Josh Green.
Nah, two different states.
That's for sure. Jason, this is a nice filly. She's raced so well as a 2- and 3-year-old. How about this race? You had quite a bit of competition.
Yeah, she dug in late. She gave it all she had. You know, she fighting illness just like everybody else. So yeah. She put her heart into it tonight.
Have you always enjoyed being in harness racing, working around horses?
Oh yeah, I tried to get away. It didn't work.
It didn't.
Nah, couldn't do anything else.
Tell me one thing about this filly, the Go Sandy Go. She races hard, and she really has a lot of ability.
Yeah, she does, and I tell her all the time, just do it for my grandmom. She's fighting illness, so good. Means a lot.
Yes, for sure. Jason Green, he's the driver of Go Sandy Go. That's the 3-year-old filly pacer of the year.
Finally, we'll bring in those pacing colts as we check out the winner, Slick Tony, in his Delaware Standardbred Breeders Fund final.
They went by the half 56 4/5 on their way to the backstretch. Slick Tony, here's Evolution Tour now. Evolution Tour going to pressure Slick Tony up the backstretch. Transitioning Joy is right there. GWT into fourth, back to the seed bags. 3 lengths, Own It and Mingo trails up the backstretch toward the far turn. Evolution Tour battles Slick Tony. That's good for Transitioning Joy. They race into the far turn. Slick Tony by a neck. 3/4, 123-1. They're on the final turn. Slick Tony with Evolution Tour on the outside. Transitioning Joy couldn't get a better trip. Way back to seed bags. They come to the top of the stretch now. Turn for home. Slick Tony turns home with the lead. Slick Tony, Evolution Tour. Transitioning Joy now in the passing lane coming through the stretch. Here comes Transitioning Joy after Slick Tony. Slick Tony never gives up. Slick Tony, Transitioning Joy, and Evolution Tour. 150-4.
Slick Tony, guided by Russell Foster, was super speedy in 150-4. Bred, owned, and trained by George Leaguer, the no spin zone sophomore colt was the champion last year as a 2-year-old. And during his career so far, he's had 14 starts with 11 wins and 3 seconds.
Do you study the program? How do you get ready to get behind a horse for a $100,000 race?
After we've been racing against them for the past 2 weeks, you don't have to do much studying. There's not many secrets, you know them. Just a lot of it depends on the draw, and we got lucky and got the rail. So,
well, the rail certainly did help you, and that was a good bunch. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, as easy as that if you're a handicapper. Did you ever think you'd have this many drives day in and day out?
A few years ago, I didn't really think that was a possibility, but things have been picking up here lately, and driving horses like this definitely helps things along.
And of course, you've got a lot of good horses in your family. Your grandpop, your dad, your uncle, they also are trainers right here at Dover Down.
Yeah, they give me a lot of work, but they also give me an earful if I mess up.
Congratulations, Russell Foster, having a great year, and that's a great drive for you with Slick Tony. Now, he has been the winner of 3 of the DSBF finals. That's quite a tribute to you.
Yep, no, it's more of a tribute to Ronnie. He's done a great job with this horse, and I'm just appreciative to get to drive him.
Very good. Now, here's a major person in this horse. He's the breeder. He's the owner. And George Leaguer, congratulations again. I know you're looking forward to another $100,000 final, and it happened the way you liked.
It helps out.
Now, when you bred your winner, now you went to a horse that isn't a renowned stallion around the country, but he's done very well here in Delaware, and a lot of the horsemen in this area have been breeding to him as well.
I bought that mare from Tony Domino, the mare.
Yes.
And I took her to win back 2 years in a row to get bred to Rowdy Bags again, and she never got in foal. So the 3rd year I went down and bred her to no spin zone. That's how come me to have a no spin zone.
Well, the Leaguers are certainly doing a great job in the Delaware program. Congratulations again.
Also enjoying the races on this evening was Governor John Carney, and we caught up with him right after a trophy presentation.
Well, what brings me back is the fact that I was part of the original team that negotiated the breeders program back in the late 1990s when Tom Carper was governor. It was actually something that former state representative Bill Oberle, who had a couple standardbred horses himself, wanted to see in the legislation that reauthorized the slots enterprise and this whole thing. And it was something I didn't know anything about, but the more and more I learned about it, I understood that it would help protect farmland in our state. And it was on that basis that, as Secretary of Finance, I sold the idea to then Governor Tom Carper. So I feel a kind of a special place in my heart for the breeders program. I know that it's important to horsemen here in our state, so I love coming out and watching the horses run and seeing who the winners are going to be.
Congratulations to the winners of this first round of Delaware Standardbred Breeders Fund finals for 3-year-olds. By the way, to see another round of these superstar sophomores compete in DSBF action, you can come out to Harrington Raceway. The eliminations begin June 11th, and the finals take place on July 26th at the Delaware State Fair. For more information, check out desbf.delaware.gov.